Hello everybody and welcome back to Masu Pro Wrestling. I'm your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestlington. And we are coming off of MPW Presents All on the Line. And this man, or animal, or this icon in the icon division is part of the winning team of Saturday's War Games match. The coalitions of humans against treachery pinned Garreth Unported in the War Games match on Saturday, leaving Garreth with nowhere to go when it comes to these no man lands that we're currently in. Looking for the newest Icon Division #1 contender, Garreth is no longer eligible for that championship. And to start us off for tonight's match, one of the newest members of the Idol Division and a member 1/4 of the coalition of humans against treachery. It's a bear? I mean, one of the powerhouses, I would say the hired muscle of one of MPW's most dominant factions, the coalition of humans against treachery. It's a bear. This bear is going to go one-on-one, and we will see if this bear has the chops to make it to the Icon Division Championship. Could the coalition hold all the gold in MPW after saving themselves from deletion? It's a bear for sure. Certainly a bear. Now that the bear and Greg have joined the coalition, they're basically mainstays. They are official members of the MPW roster under the coalition. Who knows what would have happened if the coalition had lost the War Games? They might have been out of jobs. But fortunately for them, the bosses upstairs are always looking to create jobs for anyone. Create jobs and jobbers. Coming out of All on the Line, we had one major title change and the other two did not change hands. So we'll see how the new and the old champions fare against potential challengers to their thrones. As we start off another month of figuring out who's coming out next and a potential tag division on the horizons as the bosses upstairs continue to chirp and chatter in my ears about it. The one thing on my mind, though, is who the heck is going to go one-on-one with a bear? And I do not envy whoever has to go one-on-one with a bear. Never before has the Icon Division had such a gatekeeper for the Icon Division Championship till now. If you want to become #1 contender, you got to go through a bear. And going one-on-one against the bear will be none other than the two-time MPW Icon Division champion himself. It's going to be TheSleepyPengu, and I don't want to sound graphic, but I feel like I've seen this fight in a nature documentary before, and it hasn't gone well for the Pengus. TheSleepyPengu looking to go one-on-one with a bear, and I definitely do not envy TheSleepyPengu. Not only is the power and the height but the height difference is incredibly different between these two. When it comes to technical wrestling and agility, I would say that Pengu's got it, Sleepy's got it on lockdown. So if he can out-wrestle a bear, I mean, this is what people used to do in the Russian mountains to become better wrestlers. Train against bears in the mountains. So maybe this will be good training for TheSleepyPengu and his technical wrestling prowess. Sleepy would be the most knowledgeable on how to counter the bear hug from a bear. And of course, the bear winning the test of strength. Sleepy not allowing him to hold on for too much. Oh, excuse me, for too long. Butterfly takeover by TheSleepyPengu. And I was talking a lot of shit, but I said, hey man, maybe the power dynamic is going to be a little bit different between Sleepy and the bear, but Sleepy's immediately showing the bear that he can handle you one-on-one. Sleepy's going to go outside the ring in front of the French-Canadian commentator's table, dropping the bear onto the hardest part of the ring, and that is the apron. It's where all the metal beams connect each other, and there's no padding on that part. The canvas has a little bit of padding, the flat part of the ring, but the apron, there's not a lot of protection there. And that's why many people consider it to be the hardest part of the ring. It's like dropping your back on a turnbuckle. Or I guess it's not a turnbuckle, the ring post. The referee allowing them to fight, giving them a lenient count, but still reminding them that they have to get into the ring if they want to win this match. 5 count, Sleepy looking for something. Oh, I thought Sleepy was going for a springboard, but the mind games are being played. The bear, pop-up punch with his bare hands. A bear. Northern Light suplex. And a snapmare for your trouble. This ain't your everyday Pengu. This ain't your Papa's penguin. The bear's got to make sure to not I was gonna say the bear needs to make sure not to underestimate TheSleepyPengu, but also at the same time, I don't know if the bear is even really thinking. I think he just thinks about destruction, you know? Ducks under, bumps him! And the bear just grabbing Sleepy's head and kicking him in the face with his claws. Knee strike from the bear. This bear was trained. I don't think this is some circus bear. This bear was trained by some sort of covert operative thing. I gotta say, man. This bear is something else, and the bear is playing some mind games as well. Bicycle kick dodged out of the way, back body drop. Ooh, no, atomic drop onto the bear tail. Ducks under. Locks the punch, gets the left hand in him though. Sees the chink in his armor. I hope that's the saying. If not, I apologize. Goes under, belly to belly. Rope break, the long legs of the bear. And now he's going to take it and twist the arm sockets of the bear. I mean, I don't think you're going to dislocate a buffed up bear arm like that, but definitely will do some damage to the ligaments. And is the bear looking to springboard? I'm not quite sure. I don't know if the bear understood what was going on there, but Sleepy definitely catches him. And now Sleepy's once again going to take the bear to the outside off the apron and driving his spine into the apron. An elbow drop for a good measure. And a spinning neck breaker. TheSleepyPengu gets the bear to the top, or to the barricades, and busting the bear's mouth open. Blood dripping from the mouth of the bear. He must have unlodged a tooth. Knocked one of his fangs out of his mouth. Throwing Sleepy into the barricade. 5 count. They have till the count of 10. Cross body to get back into the ring. 6 count. Sleepy knows this. Expertly getting the bear back into the ring. 7. Sleepy's going to take what little time he has left to just walk around the ring. 8. And now Sleepy. What is it going to take to put away a bear? Go to Sleepy. Reversed, though, by the bear. And now the bear hug. Sleepy trying to stop it. Sleepy trying to prevent the bear hug, but I don't think he can. He's got him partially locked in. And Sleepy, ooh, clapping the bear's head together, or ears together, cross body. Reversing Sleepy with a jawbreaker from the bear, head first. Ooh, back and forth though. Penguin v bear. I have respect for both of these competitors. Neither one will say die. Sleepy knows what it means to be an Icon Division champion, but the bear doesn't really even know what it means to be in this business. Bumps him. The bear is just hell-bent on destruction. Sleepy keeping him in that corner. Making sure the bear's got nowhere to go, but you know what they say about an animal backed into a corner? It's not a good thing, and Sleepy's about to find out why. The bear eyeing his prey, looking for that moment to strike. Knee strike, though. Blocked by Sleepy. And Sleepy building up the momentum, building steam. Working over the arm of the bear. Continuing to target that arm. To take the strength, the arm strength away from the bear. Sleepy going for the cover. Pulling the legs just barely away from the ropes. That is a big disadvantage Sleepy is at. The bear is just so massive that it's very hard to pull him away completely from the ropes. He's like a quarter the size of the ring. Sleepy dropping that elbow, that vicious elbow that took Chain out in their MMA style match in season 1. Oh, takes Sleepy down, catches him in the leg. Sleepy's back up onto his feet, and the bear is wasting no time. It's like the bear's gotta go home for dinner or something. The porridge is waiting, and he doesn't want it to be too cold as he tosses Sleepy to the floor, right in front of the French-Canadian commentators' table. And if you guys didn't notice, on Saturday, I guess last Saturday would be it. The French-Canadian commentators were away because those spinning heel kick. Because we were in France once again, so we gave them the day off. So no French-Canadian commentators for All on the Line. We had to do Google translated subtitles for the French fans. Six count. Sleepy gets back into the ring. The bear sends him off the ropes, tosses him into a knee, and a big roundhouse kick to the back of the head. Any hits to the back of the head can be fatal. It is deadly to get shots like that on the back of the head. And the bear with the whole weight. The whole weight, that's like 700 pounds on the neck of SleepyPengu, the neck and chest of SleepyPengu. And the nerve hold, getting on Sleepy's nerves now. And the bear looking to put it away. Bear hug again. This time it's cinched in a little bit tighter. SleepyPengu. Ooh, quickly sliding out of that one. Crossbody again takes the bear down. SleepyPengu. Could we finally see it this time? Go to Sleepy. Connects onto a bear. And Sleepy goes to cover him. 1, 2. No, SleepyPengu. Nearly picking up a win against a bear. Ooh, over the knee. And now targeting Sleepy's legs, taking the power out of his legs. Sleepy hasn't been in title contention in a while, and it's looking like he's really trying to get back into there. He's willing to do anything. You may have never seen a penguin fly, but this one knows how to. looking to do anything it takes to win. TheSleepyPengu brought back up. Rights. He's writing him a check. Powerbomb! Twisting powerbomb by a bear. And now the bear, I think it might be over for Sleepy. This bear is building momentum that he can't even contain. The bear covers Sleepy. It might be over. 1, 2, 3. And a bear picks up the win. A massive win for a bear. Showing just why B.A. Tycho hand selected him to join the coalition. No hard feelings to Sleepy. Oh my god. Okay. All right, as we'll move on to the next match of the night. All right, now that we've finally got the bear out of the ring, we can start the second match of the night. One-on-one Icon Division action continuing, trying to figure out who is going to be the next Icon Division #1 contender. And speaking about contendership material, FlairZero is making his way home from work, ready to start and clock in his shift here. FlairZero coming off of a massive win, teaming up with Glitchy for the first time in a while. Team Technically Support reunited for a tag team match to maybe potentially be in that new tag division the bosses upstairs have been whispering about. And I think that win is very much a turning point for FlairZero, because it was FlairZero and Glitchy versus Bonk Dragthulu. Flair has always had this chip on his shoulder with Dragthulu. At the beginning, it was Drag had that chip on his shoulder, and then he passed it over to Flair. Flair got that chip on his shoulder and just couldn't overcome Dragthulu after a while. And I think it goes to show the work that Flair has put in on himself. He's worked on himself. He's worked on his craft. He's really come into this Season 2 with a whole new outlook and is, I think, ready to get some championships under his belt. FlairZero maybe hasn't been able to make to that championship level quite just yet, but has been proving that he's definitely up there. And I think that Zarataro's got to look out for people like Flair, because he's unexpected. He's unexpected. You don't know what to expect from Flair coming out in this point, because he's no longer that rigid Flair that he once was in Season 1. He's now thinking outside the box. He's able to improvise, and he's a completely more dangerous competitor coming into this match. However, talk about unpredictability. It is none other than Dobby himself, the dark horse of MPW. Everybody underestimates this kid. And it's all because this kid, he didn't come from a wrestling school. He didn't come from, he didn't do wrestling in high school. He didn't do any martial arts. He's a bare knuckle brawler. He is from the streets, and he brings a whole different style into MPW. So some people don't know how to handle that, and some people underestimate this kid. He comes in and he shows off every single time, whether win or loses. He's impressive nonetheless, and he's looking to pick up a big win over Flair. If he can, he's the dark horse for a reason. He's always the underdog coming into these matches. If he can pick up a win against Flair, that will be a huge upset, but a massive increase, a massive stock rise for his career. Especially a shot at the Icon Division Championship. It is a big chance for Dobby. But of course, Dobby has to get through Flair first, which is not going to be an easy task. Referee's going to start the bell, and they're going to lock up in the center, and Dobby, Northern Lights suplex straight out of the gate, wins the test of strength. And like I said, Dobby, unpredictability, immediately taking it to Flair. And Flair looks like a fish out of water. He has no idea what he's going to do against Dobby. You can't underestimate him, but this also could be that downloading phase that Flair goes through, where he downloads his opponent. Spinning neckbreaker by Dobby. And a spine buster in the corner. Flair might need to take his licks and then come back swinging. He'll know everything. He'll be able to have it scout a double axe handle, like I said. Slipped right under it in front of the French-Canadian commentators table. And Flair's going to get that neck breaker going in. 2 count. Rolls Dobby in. 3 count. And Flair's just taking his sweet time on the outside. If Dobby wants to come out and break the count, that's for his benefit as Flair makes his way back into the ring. And Dobby maintains and regains control, tossing Flair onto his backside. Sort of like a judo shoulder toss, but that bare knuckle style is where he's best at, and just flurry of punches targeting the head of Flair. Just stomping into him. But Flair playing possum a bit, I think. Rolls up Dobby. Way too soon to call it, but showing Dobby, hey man, you can't underestimate me either. He's testing the waters. Flair's seeing where Dobby's at and what he needs to do to pick up the win. Bumps into the referee though. Not paying attention. Maybe he's got something on his mind. Flair maybe looking for a double axe handle off the top. No cross body, and Dobby catches him mid-air. And he's gonna scoop slam him for his troubles. Flair back up with a swift jab. German suplex. Dobby's gonna roll outside. Flair's gonna meet him. And a neck breaker again, inverted neck breaker. The Icon division has never been more on fire than it has been in Season 2. Gut wrench, takeover, Jesus. And now banging the back of the head on the concrete. The Icon division has never been this competitive. And they took out someone that was second place overall, I believe, in MPW, Garreth Unported. He is no longer able to challenge for the Icon Division Championship. So this has opened up all new blood, or not all new blood, but a lot of new blood into the Icon Division Championship. FlairZero. Powerbomb. But he's not letting go quite yet, holding onto that dress shirt of Dobby. 3rd time's the charm. Hooks the leg for the pin. 2 count. Nearly taking it to Dobby. Showing, hey man, I might have your number at this point. You don't want to count out Dobby, but Flair might have downloaded him. And now he might just be right where he wants him. Dobby with the drop kick though. Getting in their licks. Flair over the knee like a disappointed father. Spins Dobby around for a combo breaker to finish it. Going to cover Dobby. 1, 2. Kick out of 2 though. Not quite enough to finish it. With the forearm rocking him. I saw the skin vibrate off his jaw. Not off his jaw, but on his jaw. As that forearm hit. Can we get that in slow-mo? We don't have slow-mo? Okay. We can't get it in slow-mo, I'm sorry. As these two now brawl on the outside, I would say that maybe Dobby has the advantage. Butterfly powerbomb on the outside, but FlairZero definitely knows his way around the ring. Spine buster on the floor. Dobby sends Flair into the ring. Flair below 0. Ooh, no! Didn't quite get the hands right. Dobby just barely slipped around it, and now full guard mount busting Flair open. That could have been a big miscalculation by Flair. Dobby flipping him around. Russian leg sweep. Flair trying to get back some semblance of control here that he lost. Once again, Dobby slipping right out of his grasp. Over the knee. Flair trying to build back that momentum that he just lost. All that steam built up, only for it to go out like smoke. Dobby, final ignition! Putting Flair flat on his back, 2. Kick out at 2. Dobby thought he had it. Flair, solid 2 count. Flair's got that little bit of cut, but when is Flair not bleeding? And now Dobby looking at Sleepy's playbook here, onto the apron. Driving Flair onto the apron. Using the whole ring to his advantage. Dobby's going to get back in. Flair's got to think of something if he wants to finish this on top, because Dobby has his number right now. Into the corner. Dobby's controlling the pace of the match. Taking his time. But he is giving Flair chances to breathe. What is Dobby looking for up here? What is Dobby looking for? Top rope. Powerbomb. Sending Flair across the ring, but Flair kicks out again. A top rope powerbomb. Could we be looking for another one? Flair's not going to allow it, fighting out of the corner. Combo breaker number 2 ski. And that forearm might have just taken out Dobby too. No, kick out as well. Neither Flair nor Dobby has held the Icon Division Championship below 0. And I think that might be it. Oh my God, look at Dobby's face. He is gushing blood right now. I think Dobby could be seriously injured. FlairZero just downloaded him enough to corrupt him. I don't know. More computers. FlairZero picking up a win here, continuing to show his dominance in Season 2. As we'll move on to the Idol Division for the rest of the show, we'll switch sides to the Idol Division next. It is time for some Idol Division one-on-one action. And much like FlairZero, GlitchyBasturds, the other half of Team Technically Support, coming off of a massive win against Bonk and Dragthulu at All on the Line, looking to continue this streak of dominance, maybe looking to get a Idol Division championship shot. Rize is definitely going to be on alert as more idols are preparing. Last set, there was no real #1 contenders tournament for the Idol Division. They were just kind of in no man's land for the rest of the month. You know, Glitchy wasn't able to have a shot at the Idol Division Championship. No one was, because MintyClovers earned that shot by climbing the briefcase. Rize, my brain cannot think of this word. Rize discussed, that's not the word I'm thinking of, discussed an opportunity, bargained an opportunity from the bosses upstairs, and was able to be put in that match. And I mean that you got to start fighting for yourself, I guess, against the corporation, because Rize came out on top. And I know it was a sad day for the Shiba household, but it will be MamaInu going to face GlitchyBasturds one-on-one. And I don't know when the last time we saw this matchup, but this will be an interesting one-on-one if MamaInu can withstand the power of GlitchyBasturds in this one-on-one match. I mean, Glitchy is like the bear of the Idol Division. You know, you never really want to go one-on-one with her, but there's definitely people who have picked up the win. She's not unbeatable, so it's definitely it's the David and Goliath mentality. You can still pick up that win. It doesn't matter who is on the other side of that ring. And MamaInu is the one that knows this the most out of anybody. She has the most experience when it comes to the roster on MPW, and she uses it to her advantage many a times. MamaInu will go one-on-one against Glitchy here. Can Glitchy continue the team technically supports dominance? Or will MamaInu start picking up some wins for the Shibas? For the Shibas everywhere. GlitchyBasturds versus MamaInu. Starting it off, MamaInu gets the first strike and twisting the arms of Glitchy, but Glitchy using that strength. The strength advantage against MamaInu. I said would be the biggest problem for MamaInu is the strength factor of Glitchy, but MamaInu seems to be lighting up Glitchy with these punches. Punches and bunches. Glitchy fighting back though. Glitchy coming off of a big win. As I said earlier, you know, the tag team prowess of Flair and Glitchy, that synergy, that connection, was really what won them that tag team match. So they're both very prolific and very talented singles competitors, but when they get into that ring together, they're able to meld their styles together so perfectly that it really worked out for them. Someone that also had a similar synergy style was MamaInu and TeaTheShiba during the double eliminator random selector tournament. I believe they were the runners-up team, a different breed. MamaInu and TeaTheShiba nearly took the whole tournament by storm and nearly took it all the way. Of course, TheSleepyPengu and BA Tycho were the ones that won that tournament last season. We'll see if we have another annual season like that, or if that was the only one, or the annual tournament, I should say, or if that was the only one. But let's focus back onto the action. Enough blabbing from me. As MamaInu is going to target the tree trunks. I always say that that's probably the safest strategy when it comes to fighting Glitchy, is to target her legs, because that's where a lot of the source of people's powers are from. And if you can take their center of balance away from them, oh my god. If you can take the center of balance away from them, that can be very dangerous. And it seemed like it was doing a lot of damage to Glitchy as she started flailing in pain. Glitchy getting behind MamaInu, though, going to just put her fist through her chest. Spinning neckbreaker. Putting some fancy sauce on it with MamaInu. MamaInu's not really about all that flashiness. I mean, her entrance is, but in the ring, MamaInu is all business. MamaInu giving some words of wisdom or some motherly advice to Glitchy. Ooh, Glitchy just sitting up in a panic. I think Glitchy is realizing that if she doesn't do something soon, she might lose this matchup. Pop-up punch, akin to a bear. MamaInu makes it to the apron. We've seen so many people take some pretty devastating hits from this spot, but MamaInu fights out of it and gets back into the ring. Chop blocked. And an atomic drop. No, reversed. Glitchy had it scouted, and I imagine it's not that easy to pick up someone of Glitchy's size like that. We have seen it done many times before, but it takes that special kind of adrenaline. Double choke bomb, or double choke toss. MamaInu rolling out of the ring to try and break up, get some space from Glitchy, and then make it back inside. Referee giving Glitchy a little bit of a chance to breathe, as Glitchy's going to make it back into the ring, catching MamaInu with those right hands. And this is a double choke bomb. Goozles MamaInu. Glitchy taking a little bit of a stroll on the outside, going up top this time. We've seen a bunch of different things. Okay, we've seen a bunch of different things from Glitchy on the top rope. It's not her usual go-to, but DDT. We have seen some dangerous maneuvers. And as I say, Glitchy's going back up top. Maybe she's thinking of something. Waiting for MamaInu to get to her feet. Clothesline off the top. Glitchy with that clothesline. Like a tree branch just whacking you in the throat. Goozling him, picking him up by her throat and just tossing her. MamaInu back up, ducks under the clothesline, but Glitchy gets the elbow, catches the punch, sends MamaInu to the corner. Ooh, right hand on MamaInu on the top rope. Bumps him. MamaInu this time gets the atomic drop, and what could be coming next? A second atomic drop! Overextending your knees and pulling at the ligaments of your feet. Glitchy getting pulled back up. MamaInu is maybe looking for the old tricks, but gets goozled for her troubles. MamaInu is looking to get frame dropped by Glitchy. Goes for the cover on MamaInu, could put him away. The referee was a little bit out of position, so maybe MamaInu was saved by the referee. But either way, it was a solid 2 count. Refs win and lose championships, that's what I'm saying, but MamaInu thinks the outside is a safe place for her, and it was! Ooh, crashing and burning, Glitchy landing on her head and shoulders. Knees and toes, knees and toes. MamaInu, just a wild lariat. Taking Glitchy off her feet. Four count. And a Hurricane Rana to the floor. Onto the concrete. 5 count. They got 5 seconds to get back into the ring. Maybe MamaInu or Glitchy looking for a count-out victory? 6. MamaInu. A little bit more honor than I would give people credit for, getting back into the ring and breaking the count, making sure that this does not end in a count-out. Is that honor or is that stupidity for MamaInu when it comes to someone like Glitchy, where you gotta take any win that you can, busting Glitchy wide open? MamaInu, though, has Glitchy right where she wants her. And MamaInu's up to her old tricks again. No, Glitchy reversing the weight. Dropping herself, dead weighting herself onto MamaInu. And the second frame drop of the night to put MamaInu away. Blood dripping from the forehead. 1, 2, 3. Manhandling the Mama. MamaInu came out of the gate with an aggressive attitude towards Glitchy, but inevitably one of the biggest members of the roster in both achievements and size, Glitchy picks up the win as we will move on to our main event of the night, where we will be graced with the newest Idol Division champion making their debut as champion. It is time for the main event of the evening, and gracing us with her presence is your new Idol Division champion, Rize. Gonna go one-on-one in the Idol Division. Championship not on the line, of course. And it looks like Rize is not alone. Newest members of the Idol Division, Ayusu and Azanaza, follow suit, the right and left hand of the Archon. Following Rize to the ring. They call themselves the Shogunate. The champion has a new posse. It looks like Rize has this championship and doesn't want to let it go. Making sure to align herself with some more members. And I mean, getting yourself close to the Idol Division champion before your debut is a smart decision for these newcomers. Rize will be going one-on-one against Emrys Morgana as her first match as champion. Championship not on the line, but of course, I mean, if Emrys can pick up a win, that's going to be a big win for Emrys Morgana. And Emrys, of course, is never quite alone, but doesn't seem like she has exactly everybody with her. I mean, Emrys Morgana only coming in with Merlin, Garreth left behind. I mean, it must have been an interesting conversation to come back home as Garreth and saying, I can't challenge for the Icon Division Championship anymore. I don't know what's going on, if he's on timeout, but Emrys is with Merlin by himself. Merlin looking a little bit lost for where he is. He's looking like he doesn't even know what's going on, but Emrys Morgana will go one-on-one against the champion. If Emrys Morgana can somehow pick up a win, if she can sneak that win with Merlin's help, Emrys Morgana might become the #1 contender for the Idol Division Championship. It would not look good for the champion's first ever match to have a loss, so, I mean, you won the championship no matter what, but can she be a fighting champion for Rize? Spinning back kick by Emrys. We have a whole front row audience for this matchup with the Shogunette's right and left hand. And MerlinGTB following Emrys Morgana to close us out for the night. TeaTheShiba was dethroned on Saturday by Rize. Rize Wrath-A-Gonded both Minty and T to win the championship in a triple threat one fall to a finish that Rize got into by beating both Minty and T in one-on-one matches. Showing to the boss upstairs that, hey, I got what it takes, and proving it by pinning the champion. 1, 2, 3. Emrys Morgana, handspring elbow drop, and now just punching the back of the champion and the booty. Emrys Morgana in control, taking the champion down and into the ropes, though. Way too early. Way too early and in the ropes. Targeting the legs. I mean, definitely something with Emrys you want to be careful with is the submission holds. Emrys is a submission specialist, so any hold that she can get on you is very, very dangerous. Rize in the corner forearm. And stomps to the face. Into the belly to belly. The combination of strikes, and nobody wins in the headbutt, but it looks like the Archon, the self-proclaimed Panda Archon herself, is able to take those headbutts pretty well, busting Emrys open. Adding another primary color to her face. Champion pinned again, but kick out at 1. And now if Merlin attacks Rize, like, hits her and the ref deems that way, that's going to be a disqualification for Emrys, so he's going to want to be careful, but Emrys has Merlin sending Rize back into the ring to make sure that she's got nowhere to go, no breathing room. Rize with the elbow drop, though, showing that it doesn't seem to bother her. And another headbutt, trying to open up that wound already on Emrys's head. Clothesline, ooh, reversal into a German. Floated over into a German suplex. Emrys meeting Rize out in front of the French-Canadian commentators table and is going to make sure that the champion stays in the ring. Because even though Garreth can't challenge for a world title, Emrys can, and a big win over the champion would mean a lot for her. And it seems like Merlin is there to make sure it's any means necessary. Into the turnbuckle, the booty. Clothesline takes him down. I wouldn't count out Rize just yet, though. We're talking about as if Emrys has already gotten the victory. Soccer kick to the head. Rize's champion for a reason. She's not going to go down that easy. Into the corner. Elbow drop. Didn't quite get all of it, but got some of that. The Irish whip into the corner was just so powerful. Emrys bounced right out of it. Emrys back up. Bumps him. The test of strength, shoulder and elbow back handspring, won by, or back, spinning back kick, won by Emrys, was the test of strength. And now just slowing down the pace of the match, making sure that she's in complete control, making sure that there's no opportunity for Rize to get in anything. But Rize's in a dangerous position as Russian leg sweep into the hemlock on the ground, not giving Rize the power of her legs to get out of the hemlock. Just tying her up on the ground this time. We very rarely see the hemlock applied this way by Emrys Morgana, but Rize breaking out of it. And it looks like Azanaza is distracting the referee by grabbing the turnbuckle, fiddling with the turnbuckle in the corner. It looks like Rize's corner is also win by any means necessary. Rize over the top rope, crashing to the floor, barely getting it, and the cavalry coming in for their support. Rize collided with Emrys, but also took a little bit of damage herself on that collision. Four count. Giving the French-Canadian commentators a show is Rize. It looks like Azanaza threw in a steel chair. 7 count. The ref saying get into the ring. This might be the first double count out. I'm not quite sure what's happening. 8. Emrys throwing Rize in. Referee distracted by the chair once again. Emrys sending Rize off the ropes, jumps over again, backwards this time. And the elbow connects. Goes for the cover onto the champion. 2 count. The champion nearly taking a fall. First match as champion. Emrys Morgana looking for another hemlock. Didn't connect. Wrath of God. This is what put T away. Wrath of God. Close to the ropes again, though. Referee not counting it. Referee not counting the ropes. I'm not quite sure. Maybe the referee's on the Archon's payroll. Leg drop or leg guillotine. Emrys, though, kicking out too. Emrys Morgana up top. Very rarely do we see Emrys Morgana come up here, but it pays off this time. 1, 2 to the champion, and Emrys Morgana picking up a little bit of an upset victory over the champion. Could Emrys Morgana be having a potential championship match? Emrys Morgana may have a potential Idol Division Championship match against Rize. Or could this have been a fluke? Well, that was your main event of the night. And we will see you guys next time. I was Masu Pro Wrestlington. This is Masu Pro Wrestling, and I'll see you guys next time.